So, Senator, you were not there today, but I know that watching a community you love go through something like this always hits home. Jesse Kirsch, our colleague, referred to Kansas City as a town that loves its football team. Tell me what more we need to understand and know about Kansas City.
Well, first of all, my heart is breaking. This is a wonderful community. And there were about 1 million plus people there today that were loving each other and were forgetting about all their differences and coming together in a joyous, joyous moment. And now it will always be defined by whoever did this unbelievable act. What you're looking at is Union Station. Union Station is primarily a museum and a gathering place. It has restaurants in it. The train station is really separate and apart from it, kind of down underneath. It is on the cusp of downtown. The hotel that your reporter referred to earlier is called Crown Center. It is an area that has office buildings and hotels and some shopping and Union Station. And it is where we have, for 3 different times now in Kansas City, celebrated wildly an amazing accomplishment that our pro football team has made. And I'm terribly sad. I will tell you that the Kansas City Police Department, I worked closely with that police department for a decade, both as an assistant prosecutor and as the elected prosecutor in Kansas City. It is top-notch professional. There were 900 of them there. I am confident they will find the people that did this, however many they may be. I am confident that it will be prosecuted at a state level unless there is some kind of terrorism component to it, which it does not appear that there is based on the facts that have been developed on the ground. Jean Peters Baker is the prosecutor in Kansas City that would be in charge of that prosecution. She has decades of experience in that office. She has been an assistant and the elected prosecutor now for some time. Stacey Graves, just like Jean Peters Baker, is the police chief. She is a 25-year veteran of the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. These people know what they're doing. I will tell you what I think most of my friends are feeling right now in Kansas City is both heartbreak, but also anger. There is something that is the anger that people feel that someone would ruin this, that would ruin this sense of community, this joyous sense of community, is terrible. And, you know, Missouri has some of the most open, liberal gun laws in the country in terms of, you know, anybody can carry a long gun and open anywhere. Our police departments in urban areas are challenged by the laws because they are so limited as to what they can do with people who are carrying weapons of war openly on the streets of St. Louis and Kansas City. You know, they want to make sure the Missouri legislature has been dominated. The Missouri has been dominated by rural leaders, Republican leaders that think guns are okay because they relate to rural areas as opposed to 1 million people in a concentrated area and the kind of damage that a long gun can do, especially one that can be fired rapidly to human life. So it is another sad, sad chapter in America's love affair with military-style long weapons that can kill a lot of people and hurt a lot of people in a short period of time. And I don't care if anybody says, oh, she's being political about guns at this terrible moment. Yeah, well, that's when you have to be. That's when people, I guarantee you that the majority of people in this country want something to change about how dangerous it has become to be in crowded urban spaces or schoolrooms. It is just unconscionable that we have allowed guns to go this far in this country.